So I don't see enough people talking about this. So I wanted to get on here and talk about this. Now, Spider Noir, I watched it both in black and white and in color. Um, I think black and white is probably the best way to watch this because of how much it fits the noir aesthetic. Now, if you're going into the show expecting a Spider-Man superhero show, you're not going to get that. I would say that out of the entire runtime of the 8 episodes, he probably spends maybe 30%, if that, in being Spider-Man, or not even being Spider-Man, just in the suit in general. Like maybe 30% of the show, because I don't think you actually see him in the suit until episode 3, episode 4. Like in present day. It does have a flashback to a scene, but that's neither here nor there. Now, things that I loved about this show, I give me a gritty noir grounded story, and you have me. Like, my favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop is gonna sound straight. A strange comparison, but it's Black Dog. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime, but my favorite episode is Black Dog Serenade, where it's just Jet reliving his days as a detective, and it's a gritty, it gives that gritty noir aesthetic with the jazz playing, and it really fits that theme. So you give me a show like this, you allow me to watch it in black and white, and I'm sold. I'm going to watch it. But I think that when Nick Cage is hey, we should probably make this color, because teenagers aren't going to watch it in black and white, I think that was a very smart decision, because now they can go watch, they can watch it in color and experience this, and then if they want to, they can go watch it in black and white. Now, let's just talk about the plot, since I've been rambling. But basically, it is Nick Cage. I think it's 15 years after World War I ended, so it's 1933 right now, and it is basically 5 years after he's kind of done being Spider-Man. Something happened, and he's I don't want to be Spider-Man no more. Basically saying with great responsibility just comes great pain. It just a whole just shitload of shit that I just don't want to deal with. Which, very accurate to Spider-Man. No one if you're Spider-Man, you're gonna have a awful life. But he's done doing all that. Doesn't use powers. Doesn't want to do anything. And so he becomes a private detective, which works very well. I mean, he's Spider-Man. He can get to places that not a lot of people can get to. So he has his own detective firm, and I should talk about this right now. They don't ever say Spider-Man, and they don't ever say Peter Parker, because he's Ben Reilly in this. And Ben Reilly, the reason they can't is because of the Disney contract that they have for Spider-Man. Spider-Man can't use drugs. He can't drink, can't have a gun, can't torture or kill people, which, cool. So they use Ben Reilly, and they can't say Spider-Man because, again, of the contract, so they say Spider or Spider Noir. So they end up he has his own detective firm. He's a private eye, and you think hey, yeah, that'd be great. He's a spider. He can get to places, but no, he doesn't do that. In the first episode, he's doing a job for somebody, trying to see why is this person meeting up with a certain person, and and so he climbs up the stairwell, the fire escape, instead of just using his powers to wall climb or swing it up to the top of the building. He uses the fire escape, which I think is very funny, but he just so basically, it it's all done with like Silvermane. Like his house is burnt down. He's like the big mob boss. So like if you're looking for a grounded story, this is that grounded story where it's just Spider-Man versus mobsters. You know, so like he's like, okay, well they like, and so he's hired to figure out why someone like burned down his house, or the guy that burnt it down. He gets interwoven in this plot to where like there's a rat and someone's trying to snuff out like him, like the main mobster Silvermane, and like they're trying to take him out of the picture. So like he's hired by Silvermane to find out who this is. You know, everybody, like, we learn pretty quickly, like, okay, it is, like, this certain person, and if you know old, gritty noir stories, like, detective stories, you're gonna know who it is, like, almost immediately. Not really that, you know, hard to figure out. But, you know, it follows the story. I think for the first 7 episodes, 6.5, 7 episodes, it follows that plot line, and you know it's within an interval plot line of like the mutations that's happening to Tombstone, Sandman, Megawatt, like, which honestly I thought that was Electro for the longest time. I'm a Marvel fan, I'm a Spider fan, but when it's like, oh yeah, we're using Megawatt, this guy that, like, from what I can tell, he's only had like 1 appearance in the comics, and his most notable appearance is in this show. So, you know, say that what you will, so it show like, so like the mutations happening with these guys, like, okay, why, like, it does go back into the backstory of like, okay, how like these mutations are happening, but it also shows like why these are happening, like, in starting to increase in mutation size. So he goes, he finds out, he's like, okay, cool, like, this is a rat. Oh crap, but like I don't want to say, cause then all the leverage that I have, but also like I lose it, but also I don't want to hurt the person that is the rat, you know. So great storytelling. He reluctantly becomes Spider again, but like even when he like does do that and gets his suit again, he doesn't really like become Spider again. Like he doesn't really like, he's like, you know, like I'm trying to say like these things without giving spoilers because it's still new, so I don't want to say anything spoiler related. Too spoilery. But so he's basically like he ends up just getting kidnapped basically to where he is forced to create, like, use like his organs to create an antidote for the other ones, and he uses that to cure some of the villains. But I do like, it is a very different take on a Spider-Man character, and I think it is a very good take, a very fresh take, and I think it's probably one of the best things Marvel has done. And I am so pissed off because Sony, you could have been giving us this, and yet you're giving us like Madam Web and Morbius and things we don't want to see. You could have been giving us like this great storytelling, like dissection of a character, and yet you're like, they want to see Morbius a second time. We'll release it a second time in theaters. They loved it so much. Like, no one wants to see that. We just want to see like great storytelling and character dissection, and that is what this is. It is a character dissection. It is not superhero slop, which is what, you know, Marvel and Disney have been just shoveling out to us. Like, it is a great story about a great character, and it's not just, oh, he's a superhero. He is a human character. But yeah, just watch the show, guys.